Warning: sensitive images.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
I think it's a lifestyle. I don't think it's a diet. Well, you can use it as a diet. I think it is the food of the revolution. It's the food of spreading consciousness and growth that the planet desperately needs to survive.
Continue watching to find out more.
After I became a vegetarian, I became more concerned about other people and what they're eating, and as a result, I just don't audition for a commercial that had to do with those animal products. Casey Kasem, vegan.
My Vegan Journey is a series of shows featuring ordinary people making extraordinary changes in their lives by switching to a compassionate diet. People from all walks of life, countries, and backgrounds are coming to the realization that a vegan diet is the only viable solution to most of the major challenges we face today, including environmental degradation, species extinction, and the emergence of zoonotic diseases like COVID-19. Their inspirational, real-life stories show us that every one of us has the power to help create heaven on earth for ourselves, those we love, and the world through a simple dietary choice.
Bote, Ozali Kitoko, inspiring viewers. That means hi. You're beautiful in Lingala, one of the official languages of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. My name is Aluna. The pure-hearted people of the Democratic Republic of the Congo want to share heavenly grace and protection with you. Welcome to our program, My Vegan Journey, ditching meat for a completely vegan menu with Kenny Ennis, vegan. On today's show, we meet the valiant Kenny Ennis, a musician who courageously turned his once famous meat restaurant, Nick's Kitchen, into a vibrant vegan restaurant. Let's meet Kenny and learn about his early adoption of the vegan diet that led to this noble decision.
So this is a long story, I guess, kind of, because it was a process before I became vegan. I became vegetarian in 1987. At the time, I was living in Iowa, and I worked on cornfields. I detasseled corns, as most kids my age at that time did. And I had been doing that since I was about 13, 14. So 83, 84 is when I started sort of seeing some things. But even prior to that, I had sort of started developing an aversion to eating animals. One of my early childhood memories, I was 3 years old at my grandparents' house in Maine, and a truckload of pigs came by, and I thought they were so cute with their snouts. And then apparently I could hear them right down the street. There was a slaughterhouse, and I could hear that. After that, I never would eat bacon. I never ate any pork in my life because I thought that was just horrible, because I thought they were so cute. And then I remember one time somebody was teaching me how to fish. They put a lure on the homemade fishing pole and put it into the lake, and we came back a couple hours later, and there was a rainbow trout on there, and it had died on there. And I remember crying. And so I was never like a huntsman, never felt good about eating animals. I loved my dog and cat, and I assumed that they were the same as these other creatures too.
It was during this time, as a young teenager, that Kenny discovered the horrid truth about food production and how wasteful it can be.
When I was detasseling corn, I remember at the time Sally Struthers was on TV. There was a famine going on in Africa, and they'd show all these babies with bloated stomachs, and they were doing Farm Aid and all these things. I found out that all that land and actually all that grain that we were working on in the most pristine growing earth, I mean, it was like God poured all this topsoil there so that we could feed billions of people out of that. And that was all going primarily to feed animals. Only a small percentage of people were consuming. I found out that they were then burning corn and dumping it into the ocean at that time to keep prices artificially high. At the same time, there was people starving, and just all these things they didn't really click. And then I went off to college. I started really reading about the impacts of industrial agriculture, like that kind of stuff, those type of farming practices on the environment. I joined an environmental organization when I went to college. I had already stopped eating most meat at that time. And then I met a young woman, artist, and she was vegetarian completely, so it made it really easy for me to do that. I was vegetarian for years, basically. I thought I was doing my part. I was still eating dairy. I thought just not eating animals was enough, and I did that for years. And I guess that's like willful ignorance on my part, because it didn't take me very much effort.
It was only much later in Kenny's life that he ventured into the culinary industry with his partner, Reina Montenegro, who happened to be from the Philippines. Together, they bought an existing Filipino meat restaurant called Nick's Kitchen.
About 5-6 years ago, Reina and myself owned a restaurant called Nick's Kitchen. We turned it vegan. Right before we opened up that place, though, she had told me that she wasn't vegetarian at that time, but she was leaning in that direction.
Reina and Kenny turned vegan largely for health reasons and then felt conflicted about owning a meat restaurant, so they made the bold decision to turn the newly acquired eatery into a fully vegan Filipino cafe, the first in San Francisco.
I had some health problems. She encouraged me by saying, if you go vegan, I'll go vegan too, and let's give it a shot. And so we did, and lo and behold, my health issues started clearing up pretty dramatically. We just felt so much better, and then we turned our restaurant vegan. That's my vegan story, and then the rest is now I'm, totally 100% dedicated to the vegan lifestyle.
At first, Kenny and Reina were concerned about changing an existing meat restaurant into a 100% vegan eatery. However, when they saw just how much support they received, when they did, all their fears evaporated. Let us now hear Kenny's partner Reina, a traditional Filipino chef with a restaurant career spanning over a decade and now a vegan chef, tell us about her experience turning Nick's Kitchen vegan.
My main worry in the beginning was vegan and Filipino food. Is this an abomination to my culture? But we didn't really have a choice. It was either go out of business or switch to the vegan menu. So we did it. The next thing you know, we're running out of food, and there are lines out the door. That first week we were open as a vegan place, I was in the corner crying because I couldn't believe the support. We were at the point of closing down. Now even Colin Kaepernick comes by to eat because he's a vegan. Going vegan literally saved our business. In the beginning, there were hardly any Filipinos, but now we're seeing lots of young, health-conscious Filipinos taking their families here. And sometimes they don't tell them that we're vegan.
For many decades, our beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai has urged the food industry and other enterprises to turn vegan.
All of the jobs that help people awaken their consciousness or nourishing them physically or mentally, emotionally are meritorious jobs. Turn to organic vegan farming, vegan shops, vegan hotels, vegan restaurants, vegan products, beauty products, etc., instead, which will earn you a decent, honest living on earth and a place in paradise.
In recent years, more restaurants are ditching meat for plant-based menus. As a fine example of this trend, Kenny considers vegan to be the lifestyle people need to choose in order for our planet to survive.
I think it's a lifestyle. I don't think it's a diet. Well, you can use it as a diet. I think it is the food of the revolution. It's the food of spreading consciousness and growth that the planet desperately needs to survive.
We sincerely thank you, Kenny Ennis, for sharing your inspiring vegan journey. Your vegan transformation, personally and professionally, has introduced many more people to the compassionate vegan diet and lifestyle. May heaven safeguard you and all your loved ones and fill your days with beautiful blessings. To learn more about Sky Cafe, vegan restaurant, please visit skycafeusa.com.
Continue to eat meat. Don't worry if you get sick. Hellfire can burn it out from you.
Cheerful viewers, thank you for being here today. Coming up next is Make Peace with Animal People, Turn Vegan, Make Peace with Humanity, No More War, Part 1 of 6, on Between Master and Disciples, right after Noteworthy News. May those with awakened hearts be the beacons of light for others and thus help to build a peaceful planet where all beings are embraced by divine love.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/VEG.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/VEG.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/VEG.
Naše programy nabízejí více jazyků. Prosím, navštivte suprememastertv.com/schedule a suprememastertv.com/VEG